And now this is a very interesting moment because Shivani was my mentor for the outreach internship, and she has also quickly become my friend and one of my best friends actually now, not just from OISF, but from life. And it's so impressive that I'm now introducing her talk on our process for backports in Suricata. And yeah, I hope you have a great talk, my dear friend. I should say that she is a part of the OISF team, and she has also been an outreach intern with NetFilter. Yeah.
Hello. I think I have more time than I had expected, so I can go slow. So I'm going to talk about development and maintenance of Suricata. This is a small attempt to show how much effort goes into maintaining all the point releases that you see coming out alongside the major release that is happening right now in a few weeks or so. So this is a little something about me. I took this picture of myself on my last vacation. Kind of pretty one, so I use it everywhere. So I am working on Suricata and all its helper tools. These are my socials. I have a website as well now. So how do we maintain a stable release? So our basic process is instant reviews, almost instant reviews of every ticket for master. And especially for the bug fixes and security issues, they are very high priority for us. And then we label those tickets in Redmine, which is the tracking software that we use for tickets. We label which of the tickets require backporting to the stable versions. That happens manually as well. And then we fix that thing in master and backport that fix to the stable branch and test and release it. But the process is not as 5-step simple as it may seem over here. So I'm going to take you over a few revisions of how we started out with the maintenance of stable releases and how we improvised over that and what we are doing right now. So yeah, for reviews, for bugs, we always require manual testing if the issue exists in the stable branch. So this is one of the things that you as a contributor, if you are reporting a bug, you could also help us with. If you think that there is a parallel stable branch running, you can check if the same bug exists in that branch and make that label for that branch in the same ticket. And for features and optimizations, we always go about checking if it could lead to a major behavior change. We would ideally avoid any major features in the stable branches, but sometimes some may be required. For labeling, we go about manual labeling of tickets. There is probably no other way. And for fixes and backporting, we always make sure that the fix in master works first, and then after the merge is made in master, we go about backporting that so as to establish a clear relationship between master and the stable branch. So this is an example from our Redmine, how the labels look like. This is a ticket from long ago, and it has a label that says needs backport to 5 and 6 when we were maintaining both the stable branches parallelly. First, when we started out on our issue tracking software Redmine, we were manually labeling the tickets, and a copy of main ticket was created for the target stable branch. And on the stable branch, we were cherry picking the fixes. This seemed like a nice approach at first, up until we actually faced that we forgot creating backport tickets for certain issues because it was just a copy. It was not something that was prohibiting us from closing the ticket that was there for master. So we would end up, anybody who was doing the master fix would close their ticket as and when the master fix was merged, and it would all just go away. So some tickets happen like that. And sometimes we would update some important information about the ticket in the parent ticket, but once the copy was created, it was just created, and we would never go ahead and check the parent ticket. And cherry picks were unclear. If we wanted to go back and see where in master this fix happened, it was not very clear. We would have to go through looking a lot more than should be required. So these were the issues. This is one of the examples where we would just copy the tickets and assign to different people. If you see, this bug is assigned to a different person. The 5 ticket, which is one of these, is assigned to a different person, and the 6 is to a different person, and that's how it got lost. So we improvised on this by fixing the cons from the first revision. In order to deal with the missed creation of backport tickets, we started creating sub-tickets instead of copies. So we can now not close any master ticket until we have closed all the backport tickets as well. And in order to fix the unclear cherry picks and making a better correlation with the master branch for the stable branch, we started putting commit hashes of the main commit mandatorily as a part of the backported commits for easy tracking. So now it looked something like this. So until I close this ticket, the parent ticket cannot be closed. So this was a lot more reliable. And this is how it looked like with cherry pick -x flag. Now this rev was also not completely issue free. We would sometimes put incorrect commit hashes. So the entire idea of going and correlating the commit hashes with master was not working out sometimes. And sometimes we would miss them, and manual checking would also miss that. And there was no reliable correlation with the tickets at all. So there would be one ticket which would take 5 commits to fix, but we would not be able to trace what all commits it took to fix that ticket. So we improvised on that by adding CI checks for missing or incorrect commit hashes. So every time we backport now, we make sure that, whatever cherry picked from commit hash is over there already exists in master. And we made it mandatory to add redmine ticket as a part of our commit message. This makes it very easy to track which all commits should be a part of it and how they can be correlated with master. This is that script that we are using for cherry pick line check. Victor added this some time ago in CI. And now it would look something like this. We would have a ticket number to go back and see what that ticket is about, and also which commit from the master is this dependent on. Now, why you would think it is important to stay up to date with the latest stable Suricata? The answers are fuzzing and other security or non-security issues. I was talking to Philippe the other day, and he told me that fuzzing finds on an average 1 issue per week in Suricata. Not all of them are security tickets, yes, but some of them can be. And there could be other issues as well, security or non-security, which are always fixed on priority in all the point releases. So it's always nice to stay up to date with the stable releases. Now, what do you think is the cost of maintaining 2 stable branches at once, like we were doing 5 and 6? Anyone? 1. You're not allowed. Yeah, so I think because the branches double, we would think the cost would also double, but it actually is a lot higher than double. And when we started doing this, and it was becoming very difficult for us to maintain 5, because it was an old branch and it was 2 behind master. And well, I'm saying old like it was very old, but not that old, but still it was 2 behind master given the active development with Suricata. And all the fixes in master were not something that could be backported just like they are, or with some small tweaks. So sometimes we would have to rewrite the entire patch for certain things. For 5 especially, one of the cases I remember where we struggled a lot was that we converted to norm 7 sometime in master, and then when we were in 5, it was a lot behind, and it was an entirely different syntax, and we had to backport stuff, and it was not really backport, it was basically rewriting the entire patch. So the cost is a lot higher than double if there is an older branch that you're maintaining. We have been doing some automation effort around the releases. So for ticket creation and checking, we have been using Redmine API to automatically create backport tickets. So now if you just have to add the label, and it's a lot more reliable, we are finding, than manually going ahead and creating the tickets. And tickets are auto-checked before you aim for a release. The tickets are auto-checked, and the devs are informed if the branch is even ready for a release. If any of the single tickets targeted for that branch is not closed or resolved yet, we wouldn't move forward. Then there is also a release tool for the entire release in progress. It happens in 3 stages. The first stage is prep, in which we do all the preparation and checks for tickets and commits. It's basically converting a staging branch into a release branch with all the changelog updated and everything. Then we would run some tests on the tarball that is created in the prep stage to see if it's all right. And then we'll go for the push stage, in which we will push the prepared and manually verified release tarball to all the relevant places. This is the publishing part. And the third stage is announce, where we prepare the posts automatically for social media and post them on Twitter and Discourse. The aim with all of this is to have more automation and testing around this, so that we can have timely scheduled Suricata stable releases. So yeah, in conclusion, lots of not very obvious effort is happening around maintenance and shipping of the releases. A little extra effort is happening in automation right now to cut down manual effort in future and make process easier and more reliable. If you have any questions or suggestions how we can improve the process that we are on right now, very welcome.
It's an online question, but are we backporting bugs in documentation? I should know the answer to that, but I don't know if we're doing as good as we could.
So are we backporting documentation?
Bugs, like issues in the documentation that are wrong.
Okay. I think whatever is relevant, I think we do that, because I remember doing it for Flowbit ORing, for example. So right now we are, I think, a bit more stricter with the documentation thing. We are not accepting patches without documentation. So right, and as and when they come, we are like, okay, this is marked for backport, just we have to take this into 6 as well. And if there are particularly things targeted for 6, then yeah, they should be done. I think so. Okay, thank you. I wished to be this tall.